and the foreign exchange market. There was quite a bit in there. To get that done in 5 minutes isn't feasible. However, I can start for you. And if you would like more detail, feel free to contact me. We can work something out here. But in terms of balance of payment, so if you're engaged in any type of trade, which most countries other than North Korea are, most countries are an open economy, you're going to have a variety of transactions between your country and another country. And there's a record of that. And that's what the balance of payments refers to. There's two accounts in the balance of payments. There's the current account and there's a capital account. Now, one thing to note here is that when you have a current account and the capital account, pretty much those are going to equal zero. There is a statistical error where it may not always equal zero in reality, but for the purposes of the AP, those will equal zero. So if 500 million is in the current account as a surplus, you'd have 500 million or pretty close to it in the capital financial account as a deficit. So those are going to balance out. Now, some examples of a current account would be net exports. This is the most common example given by the AP. They love to give exports and imports examples. So net investments, think of the factors of production. Think of rent paid for land and wages for labor and profit for entrepreneurship. So an example that would factor in here is if they said Disneyland in France. I believe there's one in Paris. If people, so as you know, Walt Disney Corporation is an American-owned company, even though they operate a branch in France. When they buy those tickets and pay that money in France to the Disneyland, eventually that makes their way to the corporation in America. So that would be part of the current account, number two. And then net transfers would be if you had some family members overseas, you wanted to PayPal them or you wanted to send them some money, that would count in there, or some type of charitable donation to an overseas entity would count as there as well. But those are far less common examples. Net exports is the most common one. And then for the capital financial accounts, so financial investments, you think of your stocks, your bonds, real estate, any type of purchase on those items would be classified in the capital financial account. And then real investments is actual stuff like factories and land. If I decided I wanted to go buy a piece of land in Thailand or somewhere, then that would be classified in the real investment. So an example here, if Bolivia decided to buy computers from the United States, would that be a current account or a capital financial account? That would be a current account, right? So that would be a net export by the United States. And the key is to what we say in econ is follow the money. So a credit is an addition to account. That's money going in, and a debit is money going out. Think of your debit card. So if Bolivia was buying computers from the United States is receiving money. So that'd be a credit for the United States. That'd be a debit for Bolivia. Okay. And then with regards to foreign exchange, there was a lot there, but I'll give you the nuts and bolts of it. So for the exchange rate is just the price of one currency in terms of another. If I wanted to, I'm in Michigan, but if I wanted to go to Europe and, depending on the country, I might have to exchange my dollars for euros, or if I went to Japan, I have to exchange it for the Japan currency, which I believe is the yen. So let's look at an example here. That's why the exchange rate is a big deal. No matter what country you go to, in order to buy their goods, you have to exchange your currency for theirs. Even the government has to do that. So in terms of appreciation or depreciation, let's say we had $1 was equal to 6 Chinese yuan. That's about what it is now, give or take a little bit. But let's say next week, $1 was worth 8 yuan. So did the dollar appreciate or did the dollar depreciate? Well, that $1, you're now receiving more for it. You're getting more for that $1. So that means the dollar appreciated. And that also means that by default, that the yuan had to depreciate. When one gets stronger, the other gets weaker, okay? And then if I wanted to change $1 6 Chinese yuan, I wanted to know what 1 yuan was worth. Just divide both sides by 6. That gives me my 1 Chinese yuan. So 1 Chinese yuan would be 1/6 of a US dollar. Okay. I hope that was helpful for those two topics. And again, feel free to contact me if you'd like a lesson or go to deeper. Have a great day.